And now it shows live. Welcome to Occupy SF TV here at Occupy SF Base Camp in front of the Federal Reserve, 101 Market Street. I'm here again today with the troops. They were raided last night, and we're going to be going down to the Bradley Manning Plaza for a meeting. And hang tight, you're going to get to go for a ride on the backpack cam. How do you like the new addition?
I like it. Hey, you know what? You can put tape on there for your fucking letters.
For my letters? Yeah, I could. I'm not sure what I want to put on that flag. I was thinking of just coloring it in with some black.
What? I gave her some iron-on shit that you can put on their letters and shit.
Oh, cool. We'll head on down to Bradley.
All right.
See you guys in a few.
All right.
I'm going to do a quick check on the stream, make sure it's running fine. See who's joined us yet. Want some more of this, man? I almost took that last drag. I was like, I better share. So, we'll go to search, oops, browse. Try that again, search. Go to, turn it this way. Come on. Oh, see, Occupy SF TV shows that it's live, and buffering. Oh yeah, that looks good. Check it out, man. Yeah, that's excellent. Yeah, just over my head. Hello. And it's got a delay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow. 10, 12-second delay. Sound is coming through good. Good audio feed, video feed. And here we are, back at Bradley Manning Plaza. Today my co-host and assistant is Smalls, Anon Smalls from Occupy the World. Or, well, where have you been? Occupy Wall Street? You've been
Occupy Wall Street, New York City. Over here.
That's right. Where did you start out? Where's your first Occupy?
My first Occupy was, I don't even remember. I think it was Occupy Tucson.
Tucson?
When those rednecks came out with the AKs.
So you're normally traveling?
Yeah.
You're regular travelers,
I hitchhike out at freight.
right? Awesome. Raul!
How
How you doing today, brother?
Rocking with the best of them.
Awesome.
That would be you.
Good to see you.
Nice. Everybody, this is the V15 handshake. It goes V15. And then he's supposed to be doing that, not holding this microphone, and then we go like this at
Yeah.
V5. Yeah.
V15. All right, Raul. I like it. That's cool. Like to sing your Spanish? Oh, you guys got PA system?
We got this
Awesome.
idea of doing PSAs in Spanish and English.
Pete.
Public service announcements. Yeah.
It's got a slight delay.
No puedo oír nada.
But yeah, what do you think? Pretty good feed?
Oh hell yeah.
You like that?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Let's do some PSAs, man.
It's got a nice wide angle.
Such a
Let's go do a PSA. You wanna do a PSA?
What's a?
Public service announcement.
That's why we were here.
Go.
That's why I'm here broadcasting.
What do you want to do?
PSA to me is a professional ski instructor. So
I don't put some skating rings over there.
fish, I teach to fish.
Well, what we could do is like go find one of these Ava Braun lookalikes and have her promote global warming for the sake of being able to ski in San Francisco.
skiing in San
So
Francisco.
many people think that global warming is just for the tan people,
I'm gonna go ahead and change that from
but it can actually make it snow.
there to
Trying to make it all sound great. You know?
yeah.
Put a little swastika in the middle of it. Okay, we need an Ava Braun lookalike. There's a million of them.
So we're expecting more people, right? We're 12:20. Are we late? I know.
Mike said he's gonna. Oh no, it's, you know how it is.
Right. Pirate Mike said he would be down there.
Noon means noon-ish. Head on down, see if anyone shows up. If
Mhm.
it's up an hour, go away.
Well, we have the live stream here, so if there's, it's
Well, you get
recorded.
the live stream, we can just
I'm
do it.
I'm rolling
That's the
already.
thing. That's great.
You know. We can save that, and we started out at 101.
So
Roll
what's
on
your
the-
idea? You got the camera. You're like the master of the universe. What do you want to do?
Oh, the master of mirrors. I have the power.
Yeah, you got the camera. It's like, like
Whatever. I'm not sure what you were going to announce, but I wanted to be here for it because I thought that'd be a cool idea, public service announcement.
oh hell yeah. Well, the idea is to do like real public service announcements.
Right. Well, we.
Like, I'm thinking like we go in front of the examiners. Like, why aren't they reporting on like what's going on with the fallout from the Americans?
Nuclear fallout. Mike and I, we spent a good 2 or 3 hours live yesterday, and
On that subject?
on various subjects. So we were talking about
Well, there's plenty of subjects.
the Fukushima. We talked about incarcerating our former presidents. We talked about
Bush?
global warming. We talked about just as many subjects as we could. We talked briefly touched on Leonard
That's
Peltier.
another thing that
Free
we
Leonard Peltier.
It's like when they put an arrest warrant out on Cheney, the news was talking about how Obama was talking about gay rights. When the country found, I believe it was Cheney or Rumsfeld guilty in court, the media, local media, put on a thing about Obama talking about gays in the military again.
Yeah.
It's like, there's real news here. It's like the military is fascist, It's like, it doesn't matter if it's like 2 out of 3 women are being raped in the military. Maybe it's better they just have all gay. That'd be fine by me.
Jeez.
Less women raped. This is fascist. This is not cool. What else did you talk about?
Let's see, what else did we talk about? I'd have to review the tapes to remember. We've bounced off of so many subjects.
Secret prisons give them a chance to do all these like crazy scientific experiments, they call them. They've been bucking at the bit to do, going in like stick things in people's butts.
Jeez.
So what the hell?
The only difference is now it's over. Due to the willingness of humans to sell each other out.
As a Latino one, we could be like, this is what it's like to live in Guantanamo. What are they doing in that fence there? Oh my God! Americans. This was like when you got a secret prison on the other side of the fence. You're out working in the field. It's got to have a psychological effect.
Secret prison? There's a secret. It's all a prison.
Gitmo's real name is Camp X-Ray.
Okay, so I changed my tagline there. It is now OSF PSA at Bradley Manning Plaza. at Citizen Streams, so they will know that we are broadcasting live down here. And it looks like we have some viewers. There's
Hey,
welcome to Occupy ASF TV here at Bradley Manning Plaza with Raul from Occupy V1.5. We're going to be doing a public service announcement or service announcements.
Well, this is a working group for it. If any of you guys out there got like a pet peeve, you'd like to see a real public service announcement, not like one of these, you know, whatever they're pushing, public announcements.
Regular
but
TV.
Things that, you know, we should get out there and fast, you know, just punch it in. We should probably be able to pick it up down there. That widens up our group a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm hoping we get Cliff said he was coming down, but he also said he's going to go paint Noise Bridge this morning, so I don't know if he'll make it.
At the Noise Bridge.
That'd be like a nice high data camera, but so far as, you know, PSAs go, what you got there will work just fine.
What I have here, yeah, well, I think that, you know, it'll archive. I need to check to make sure that I'm not going over my limit, so I don't lose any video footage that needs to be saved. I can go back and review everything that either save it if it's worth saving. If it's not worth saving, I delete it. If it's worth saving, I'll archive it on YouTube, on the Occupy SF TV on YouTube, so it's real easy to remember. Just go to the one channel, to the YouTube channel. It's the same name. And
So we're recording to archive.
yeah, what I do is I archive everything to YouTube that's been sent to Ustream that's worth saving, worth people seeing, whether it was back in October of last year, October, November, December, some of my old footage that wasn't on Ustream, which I'm still picking and choosing through what to archive out to YouTube. But
Oh, that's a keeper. Yeah, plus like
yeah,
uploading.
you know, I did a lot of production stuff back then and photographs, but a lot of the stuff that I archive, just I'll title it, give a quick description, I'll send it out from Ustream. That way I can delete it. I check the quality, make sure it uploads right, because I've seen times when you upload something from Ustream to YouTube and the quality, the audio goes out, it's scratchy and stuff, you know, it's like, or it's all glitchy, and I'm like, what is that? So I got to leave the video on Ustream, and I can't, you know, if it's a big video, it takes up a lot of megabytes, and they only give me 10 gigs for free, so I mean, I'd like it if I could get an upgrade package. It's $100 a month. If Ustream would just give me that, I'd have HD quality. People would see you guys like you were in their living room. I mean, that's how clear that eyeball is, you know. And then, you know, I think that the viewers really like having a better feed like that, so they can see what's really there instead of the pixelization. I mean,
Yeah, it kind of just drives you nuts.
yeah, you know, if I hold really still and you guys hold still, you know, I mean, if I'm really close to you like this, we get a pretty good picture. But
Watch my face move.
no, the video quality on this streaming going through my devices to the phone, I mean, as you can see, if I move around, you know, it's really clear. I mean,
Worth watching.
That is nice.
and it's partially the camera, partially my equipment. Well, the camera is my equipment.
So how many people here speak Spanish? Me and him, anybody else?
Un
Speak Spanish?
poquito español,
Okay, we all speak Spanish a little bit. at
un
least.
poco. So you're gonna do your announcements in English and Spanish?
Well, I'm thinking we should like come up with what we want to do a PSA of, like just chat first of all.
All right. Well,
And
why
then
don't
go shoot it.
why don't we do local topics and then worldwide topics?
I kind of like local.
Local,
because we
local,
film it
national, and
right here.
huh?
But we can't do worldwide. We got like international, like the whole streets basically.
Yeah.
The cities.
You know, I just saw something real quick. Why don't you guys discuss it real quick? And I'm just gonna do a walk around and talk to the viewers for a second. I want to go show them this Occupy over here that was written in chalk on that. That's pretty cool.
Can I ask you a quickie?
What's that?
Like, what's more up your line, like animal rights, or more like military fascist stuff, or more like science out of control, or any of the other points
Oh,
on that?
jeez, man. You know, I mean, we could hit on all those, but
Well, what's your
if you
pet?
want,
What's your pet?
well, let me,
What
if
do
I
you
was
like
gonna
most
pick
out?
one, I would go with humanity, war, something. I don't know. I mean, I think that
Man's inhumanity to man.
right. Yeah, I mean, it's a real complicated subject. So I mean, because on the one hand, humans have such loving compassion and caring for themselves and their tribe, and on the other hand, there has been influenced somehow a hatred for others that are different, that are not of your tribe. You know what I mean?
So the fact of tribalism being used to pit people against each other.
Well, and I'm just using the word tribalism, being that it could be Muslim or Christianity, Judaism, Buddhism,
They
Hindu.
play everybody against each other.
Well,
That
I wouldn't say
always
that they
have.
all play every. You know, I mean,
They
it's
have.
the
International Banker has.
people. Yeah, I mean, somebody has that. I think that the Western religions have played more of an impact on how people view each other. The Christian, like the Crusades, for Christ's sakes, that was just horrible, you know. And the Christians, I'm sorry, I think that Jesus was a great man. If he was a man, if he's just a story, he's a great story. You know, I'm Buddhist, so I'm not gonna make a judgment one way or the other. I mean, I've studied various religions, and I think that the ideas that were
But that's one
based
of the
behind
common denominators of
Christianity
religion is
is
just
wonderful.
like that.
But
We're
what
right and
people do in
everyone
the
sucks.
name of Christianity is absolutely deplorable. I mean,
The idea of, like, Jesus was probably black, right? So the idea
Well,
of twisting it as a white man's religion that
he
you
was-
exterminate black people
he was darker than they
is a
portray
little
him.
bit, like, stretching it, yeah.
I've been told he was darker than they portray him. If I mean, he wasn't a white guy. He was Jewish. He was
He was
olive,
Jewish
dark
from there
skinned,
at
yeah.
that time, yeah.
So
This day, royal lineage in
Royal.
Ethiopia
yes,
goes back to Sheba, I believe David. Definitely King David.
see, and I like talking to people that have more depth of Christianity and Catholicism. You know, I mean, I never really grew up around it. I've been to church a few times when I was younger and thought that it was kind of a waste of time. You know, I mean, I was a kid, but you
I'd
know,
say the only spiritual beings that ever appeared to me were Incubus, Succubus, and Incubus. All I know for sure is out there.
did you say incubus, succubus?
Different
And
time.
can you give me what is incubus? That's
Incubus is where they are trying to rape you.
ooh.
As I suspect.
Incubus
Pirate
are
Mike.
the male ones,
As
succubus are the
I-
female ones.
Yeah.
So underneath.
We now have
It's
Pirate Mike that
assuming
has
it's
joined the
like
group
a
here.
military position.
It's one liberty.
One liberty.
Jeez.
Welcome, Mike.
Oh,
Do we have tobacco,
My-
fellas?
I have one
Okay.
cigarette left.
All right, let's share and share alike. So look, you guys,
You got snipes.
when you're, I don't know how many of you cats have actually been in the goddamn army, but it's like this. Infantry versus tankers. Communications versus
Oh.
analysts. Fucking blah, blah, blah.
No, we're not. Okay,
And
anyway.
we already kind of covered that earlier, so it doesn't look like we're gonna have the rad pay-per-view battle royale today because they blocked off our dueling site.
No, the dueling site is over there.
Oh, okay.
In the
It's
park.
on grass, of course.
Yes, on grass.
Suburban Hill.
Big moundy hill there.
I'm digging the chains, Ebenezer Scrooge. That's pretty.
So,
pretty
okay.
fast of you.
Public service
Goes to
announcement, you
Bob
say.
Marley. Get it?
I was gonna go show these guys. You guys distracted me. Jeez. We're gonna go over here and look at this Occupy artwork real quick in the public space here. And here's the local merchants that come by every week and have paid for a spot to put their crafts out on the sidewalk. You see these in a lot of places.
I told this.
Occupy.
I told him not to use all of his lipstick on
Oh.
the artwork, but see, he's washing it off right now. It's pretty bad.
Oh, you put all your lipstick on the artwork?
For real. How's it going, big guy?
All right, we're just checking out the scene.
San
Seeing
Francisco.
what's
You know what
going
I
on.
was thinking about, James? This is public land, yet they make the public pay exorbitant fees to have a permit to sell their stuff, so they can hopefully make enough money to get their permit to be able to sell the stuff on the public property that they already fucking pay for through their taxes. So what happens is the rich douchebags buy all the public land and turn it into private property. This is different than personal property. Private property is formerly public that is now being hoarded by one individual. So
Right.
they
Wow.
make all these people pay permits. They don't
So they can be
need
here.
permits. I would say, why do I need a permit to do this? Am I not
Yeah.
the public? Is this not a public space? Then why would the public need to pay to use a space that the public inherently owns?
Yeah, it's just
So
another
I
form
say
of taxation.
That it's their own goddamn fault that they have to deal with occupiers fucking their shit up to try to teach them a lesson in
Well,
civic
Are
responsibility.
you referring to the situation we had here a couple weeks ago on the 17th when we were here visiting the park, and there was, I just saw that gentleman that was very aggressive that evening. He looked at us and turned around and walked the other way. He's got over here on the corner. But anyway, there we are back
Yeah, we wanted to
at
do that
Bradley
cigarette.
Manning Plaza, and they're putting on an event here, it looks like.
It's a
Net Suite.
squash. It's a squash tournament.
Oh, I see. Really?
Squash tournament, and then at Civic Center they got the Mountain Dew games or Mountain Dew tour, detour, do tour, do it tour.
Wow, look
Do
at-
it tour.
Look at those bleachers they have over there.
Yeah.
I'll lean back on the camera so maybe you guys can see it. You guys probably
Kick
can't
ass.
see it
New
anyway.
Zealand, Switzerland, France, United States.
Let's go take a look
it
at that
looks
real
like
quick and see what's going on.
Netherlands,
And I'll be right back.
Denmark. I think the yellow one.
We'll go smoke a cigarette and
with
we'll
the red
start the
dragon
public
might be
service
Spain or
announcement.
Portugal.
Since this broadcasting channel doesn't have a schedule, we broadcast
We're also
as.
still trying to get that cigarette.
Yes, I'm pulling a cigarette out.
Excellent.
There's one cigarette left. We will have to share it.
Yeah. I'll go in on some later.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
I got like a
The Black Knight. Ooh, that looks like.
Whoa, should I fucking body slam it?
Huh, wow, they have erected a glass structure here. Huh. Whoa.
Oh shit, were there people inside? Sorry. I got you.
What are you doing there? You play.
Inflatable,
It's a demo squash. We've got a professional tournament going on there. So it's
Is this
there.
a squash ball?
No, this is just a sample thing for that. The
Ah.
squash balls are on there.
I see.
The real games
Oh,
are going on there.
this is where the
Yeah, I mean on there at the moment you've got the world number 5 and 8 or something playing.
world number 5 and 8 squash players. Wow, that's pretty interesting.
racquetball.
Smaller court. You can't use the ceiling. There's really no kill shot because you got to hit above an 18-inch tin.
The markings appear to be a little different on the floor.
It is
Oh, I
small.
see the
It's
eight.
small. Different racket, different ball.
Yeah, all smaller and harder.
Wow.
It's cool.
These guys make it look
They're
pretty.
just doing warm-ups, right?
Yeah.
It's a pretty small crowd. I'd be sad for the state of squash.
Yeah, number 5 and
This
number 8, and
turned
they don't
out
even
in
draw
one of the
2 people
greatest
to watch.
cities of the United States.
Huh, wow. They're occupying our space.
Well, we occupied that space for almost a year. Anybody who can pay can occupy the space.
Well,
It's when you occupy without paying that they
Yeah.
fucking
Well-
take issue with.
they always want their grease.
Their fucking filthy lucre.
Well, we're gonna head back over here and
The cheddar. You know why they call money cheddar?
oh, yes sir.
It's rats eat cheese. Bread, man. I like calling money bread.
And I don't know if you guys can see I'm not looking on my visual, but the Bay Bridge going across the skyline there. Yeah, you've probably seen it before anyway. And
That's
of
a
course,
nice Freedom cart.
the ferry building here in Embarcadero. Say again, Mike?
We got some nice Freedom carts, circled wagons.
Yes, circled wagons here.
Yeah, are you live streaming or just
Yeah,
recording?
I'm live.
Okay. If there are any viewers out there, we really, once again, for the 8th month in a row, I'm stressing that we need your feedback from the other occupation sites. Around the nation, we're having the same problems. We need to work together, communicate. My phone number is 415-298.
I'm not sure. You want me to look it up?
975.
You want me to look it up for you,
I don't
Mike?
call myself very often.
You gotta remember that kind of stuff.
No, I'm gonna get some
Let me
cards.
see here. Contacts.
No, it's
My-
298-8975. Fix it.
Okay, so say it again if you know what it is.
298-8975.
The whole thing, all 10 digits.
415-298-8975.
There you have it. One more time, Mike.
415-298-8975.
All right, thank you. So if you'd like to get a hold of Pirate Mike and discuss issues at other occupies that are problems and how they've
Yeah,
been
you
resolved,
guys, and if
or
it's live stream, you can tell us what's happening in your town right now and what types of issues you're having with finance, security, unit cohesion, separatism, collaborators, and other assorted flora and fauna of the occupation movement.
where'd Smalls go? Oh, there he is, right there, hiding behind Raoul.
Just sometimes.
Sir, you want some of
So public service appears
Yes,
to
sir.
be kind of a one-on-one deal.
this? So, what do you think, guys? You want to just kind of hash out some bullshit here and talk about some issues? Maybe that people can have ideas on what
I
kind
would
of
like to
issues
get
we've
feedback-
had.
I'd like to get feedback on if other sites or occupation zones or occupied cities have just okay. I didn't know that.
I have a
Or
Move
Smalls,
over
can you
to
hold
the
this? Just
sunset
sit
one.
there.
Concept of gentlemanly dueling. When there's issues that are not movement related but seem to be personal in nature, then gentlemanly dueling should be conducted. Each subject must have 2 witnesses or champions, or what they called in former times the second. And it needs to be conducted off-site. The other concept was the fight ring, where everybody just gathers around the antagonist and says, fight, 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 fight. This is a sort of schoolyard mentality that everyone can relate to. Gentlemanly dueling, on the other hand, appeals to a little bit of a higher intellect because they've understood history and conflict resolution.
Yes.
Sometimes guys with not a lot of intellect need to solve their conflicts through brute force. So, brute force can be conducted in a gentlemanly manner, and the subjects can be taught the proper social graces to make the movement look cool.
Well, maybe we should just real quick, since we're talking about conflict and stuff, we could talk about.
Conflict and conduct.
Right.
Proper conduct reduces the opportunity for conflict.
Well,
I
which,
agree with that.
yeah.
He seconds the
What he's
notion.
saying there.
Okay. What about let's move on to, since we are talking about those two things, Black Bloc.
Black Bloc. I love them.
You love them.
I love them. I wish they'd coordinate with the movement that they use as a cover for their operations. Would be nice, but I like Black Bloc. I would just like it to be coordinated and used effectively as reprisals, which in this society is a constant reprisal against the establishment. So when we have mass demonstration under the Occupy banner, I don't appreciate it when Black Bloc uses that opportunity to besmirch our reputation. Now, if we had sent a letter ahead of time saying, you guys need to accede to our wishes or we will unleash the Black Bloc, that would make the Black Bloc gain more credibility as an honorable institution, and it would reflect a credible threat posture of the occupation. So all that is coordination. You know, last year was about getting everybody together. This year is going to be about coordinating everybody together.
Okay. Well, thanks, Mike. Go ahead, finish.
Pirate Mike does need travel donations for a number of reasons. One is to spread the message nationally. The other is to reunite with my daughter, who would be instrumental, not only as a loved one of mine, but as a potential public relations, key. So that's what that's all about. I only need about $200. You can send donations to One Liberty or OSF.
Now, with you
Honorable
being-
people will put the money in my hands to do an honorable thing.
Yeah, if somebody made a donation to my website and said on the little text, this is for Pirate Mike,
Yeah,
I would certainly give it to you.
unlike the government that just demands you give us the money and we'll do whatever the fuck we want with it, the occupation will ask you what you would like to have done with your money as your contribution to the movement. So it's all good, right?
Yeah, let me, real quick, we've got some people that have checked in on the chat line. Idalone, thank you for checking in. Appreciate the solidarity, thank you.
Right on.
And we also have iSunny, and they've got some comments here. It says you can check the main Inter-Occupy sites.
Yes.
Also, there's weekly Mumble meetings with people around the world. I have Mumble reinstalled on my phone. I'm going to need to get
Cool.
that information updated because I lost it all when I had to replace my phone.
Well, I'm hip to
But,
Inter-Occupy, but I'm new to Mumble, so that
You
would
don't need
be-
a smartphone or a computer for that.
All right, I think Gypsy has one at the Montgomery site.
Yeah, they do. I've been on a couple of those calls. Those are pretty neat. What else do we have? Let's see. The hours for the news shows are 8 a.m., 1 p.m., 6 p.m., and 11 p.m. It's news, so please spread the news. Okay.
Cool.
What
Thanks
was-
for the intel, agents.
Oh, there's www.livestream.com SALAH Occupy World News Now.
Beautiful.
For some reason, what does my
This
stream
movement
not
is
take
kicking
the?
ass.
I should be able. You should be able to post links in my stream in my chat room, but if not, I'll have to look into that.
Yeah, we love this no leader meme, but really there's no leaders. There's just a crap ton of people with
trying to be.
people with initiative. An issue is people trying to be, but other people are seeing that. Now, people may initiate things and be seen as a leader by someone who lacks the initiative to do something for themselves.
Okay, for
Now,
example,
tell us.
what happened that day when House Keys Not Handcuffs
Hey,
ended up taking
time out.
over?
Time out just 1 second real quick. I want to let you guys know that we do have a police officer sitting here watching
he's
us.
cool. I
you
like
know.
that one.
Yeah.
He's all right.
I'm sure the viewers would like to know when there's a police presence, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They want to know what we're doing here probably, so. Anyway, back over here. Back to what you were saying. I'm sorry to interrupt.
House keys, not handcuffs.
All right, that day House Keys Not Handcuffs took over the building down in Castro.
That was Homes Not Jails. The slogan is
House
House,
keys, not
keys,
handcuffs.
not handcuffs.
Okay, well, whatever it was, us here at Occupy were told that it was going to be a, how they put it, an elders meeting. So it's to say, leaving 3/4 of the people behind at both Montgomery site and 101 site. They went in and, whatever happened with it, happened with it. But I'd like to be, brought up to game as to why the community of Occupy is not being let known when things like this happen, so we have more support
There's a little
as
bit
a
of-
unity
Okay.
and to be
All right,
able
So
to,
there's a little bit of a fragmentation.
It's
not-
a lack
a
of
lack of
communication.
communication.
And here's what it is. It's called security culture. All right. We cannot let our plans be known to too many people because
right.
that provides the opportunity for leakage. Now, what the occupiers need to know is that when a prestigious organization like Homes Not Jails, which plays a very important part in the Occupy movement,
They've been around for a
and that
while.
is the homeless issue, it would behoove H&J to not have Occupy fuck up the plans they're making to help Occupy. So, all the occupiers need to know in terms of what we call force multiplication is that they need to show up here at this time. There is a risk. There is a risk assessment, and that needs to be put out saying this event carries an arrest threat level of 3 or yellow or whatever the fuck, a moderate level of arrest if you're caught in a building.
Misdemeanor infraction,
Cite
felony.
and release. If you
Right.
have warrants, don't indulge in dangerous activity. If you're good to go, you can be arrested without much damage to your lifestyle. Then, by all means, you should do that.
We just had a photograph taken. Badge number. I forgot to get his badge number. You know the guy?
That's Officer Otao.
Otal.
Yeah.
You know his badge number?
I don't.
Oh, come on now.
No,
We-
no,
we-
really. During a
You-
raid, I had 200 pigs, badge numbers, and photographs, and they got us. And God damn it, if they didn't get my files.
Yeah, they took your
So
files.
they tend to hold that kind of shit against you. So sensitive data, keep off site. Keep it in one of your squats. Bury it at the goddamn pier for all I care. All I know is I keep my daily notes. I put those into a weekly, monthly, and then an 18-month calendar. Analyze the data from time to time, but keep it safe. Don't carry anything on you that you don't want taken by the cops. As far as photographs, if you've been vetted by the movement and you've been involved in any type of activist work for any long time, it doesn't matter. The main thing with the masks and bandanas is that on the one hand, it provides a sinister image, which is at once cool and moderately threatening to the establishment. So we see this big proliferation of bandana and mask imagery. On the other hand, it provides us solidarity because we're all acting as one, and here we have one unified image, which is also cool and moderately threatening. The second is that if you're gonna wear a fucking bandana, don't wear the same goddamn clothes you've been wearing for 3 months because it doesn't matter. You're only in it for the sinister propagandic value of it. When you do mask up, change everything down to your shoes because they're looking at your shoes, they're looking at your patches, they're looking at your hats, things like that, the identifying markers. So it doesn't do any good to walk around in the same goddamn jacket. Now, if you're trying to establish an image and become a media focus or do something more for Occupy where you need to be identified, then by all means, create a look, create a uniform, create a character. It's kind of like what I do so that people know where to go. You know what I mean? And I accept that. I accept that risk of getting my ass kicked or killed by the civilians or the pigs. But I have nothing better to do with my life than live it authentically the way I see fit. So yeah, I wear the mask sometimes, and when I do, I'm not always dressed the same.
By the way, I lost my CIA
change
hat.
your hats.
Yes. Speaking of hats, I just lost my CIA hat, so now
But
I'll be
now
wearing
you're
my.
rocking Dukes of Hazzard.
I'll be the Dukes of Hazzard, but I'm still CIA James.
Yeah.
Okay, this is what we got so far. Ready? There's a white girl 1 and white girl 2.
White girl 1, white girl 2.
And I got the dialogue right over here.
White girl 1 and white girl 2.
And then like, we could go to like 101 and use that fence as a concentration camp.
Nah.
Okay, the thing about for those people who weren't watching 10 minutes ago, the thing about concentration camps, they're concentration camps. They were originally designed to make people think about the crimes or the offenses against the state that they committed. Now, when it comes to ethnicity, bloodlines, heritage, you can't hold that shit against a motherfucker. All right? So when your garden variety incarceration system becomes a tool for governing the nation and controlling its population, you have slipped into truly a Nazi or fascist state of being with your country. The United States is pretty goddamn lucky. We think we have it bad. Tell it to North Korea or the Ukraine, all right? So
Yeah, there's other places that are definitely worse.
the way I put it in black bloc terms, to go back to what you were talking about,
it's
is
just
that when we get inspired by our comrades in Greece and Spain, and we are punk rock, we are Molotov cocktail, we also move through that. That type of activity is a rite of passage that leads to greater understanding of revolutionary technique, and it's okay. It's okay. The main thing is that it needs to be dealt with purposefully. That means the black bloc needs to make a statement. On X date, we will do this. Basically, motherfuckers need to claim their actions. You know what I mean? So that other people don't get blamed for it. And then we as Occupy need to say, while we neither condone nor condemn the actions of X, we find that it was appropriately applied in this instance,
or that it was
or that it
negative
was misused,
and we-
ill-timed, ill-advised, bad targeting. And locally, we've seen the black bloc stepping up their maturity level,
Now-
so I like that.
Since we are talking about black bloc, let's go to the incident in the Mission where there was a
The first one.
the windows being broken and stuff. Back in A1. April 1st, it was actually
No, it was,
it was actually the day before, the night before,
May 30th, the night before May.
right?
Yeah.
And there was a black bloc.
16th in Valencia. Yeah, that was at Valencia.
And there was a police hands-off approach to that. They did not move in. There was absolutely, from the reports that I had, there was zero police activity. And it's my understanding that they attacked a police station in the Mission with paint and broken
Plenty
windows.
of police
So
activity, but
why
no
would-
police intervention.
Right? Why would they not? Why would they not do
Because-
something?
Because that would lead me to think that the reason why the cops didn't attack or suppress that action was because their very own members were involved. So,
That is.
and we can see that the pigs will do this from time to time. They might dump somebody into a black bloc for 1 or 2 demos to see how it works out.
Well, what they do is they get somebody in there, and then they find that one person that's in there. They find somebody that's a little aggro, and then they get them a little more aggro, and they escalate that situation.
Sure.
They get somebody else, and so they antagonize their
Yeah.
people that are
Yeah.
in the group
Yeah.
to do something that
Dude,
they wouldn't
there's
normally
a clip
do.
of a pig
Or-
smashing a window with his fucking billy club.
Yes,
all right?
yeah, and then saying that it was somebody, that it was the black bloc that ran through there,
mean, come
various
on.
other parts of the country. Yes, it's very.
So we want this to absorb our time, but not our energy. And it's like this. We need to spend time on these discussions in the appropriate venues, but we cannot spend our time at the occupation site arguing amongst one another about it. So time and place, man, just like freedom of assembly and free speech is regulated by the time and place amendment, you know, constitutionally, that's bullshit because the people own the public land. That's what the two words mean together, you know. A republic is kind of like land of the people, you know. So while we work on a new form, I think it has to be it's still going to resemble representative democracy, but it's really going to be neighborhood assemblies, household assemblies, personal discovery, you know, and then people in that bioregion will select a couple folks to take it somewhere else to talk about it on a bigger level. So your neighborhoods will get together 3 or 4 times a year to talk about the direction of the community, and then the 3 or 4, 5, 10, whatever we decide, communities will get together to decide the direction of the state, you know, and then we'll have to have even smaller group of people who could represent that to the goddamn fucking United States. Now, I don't want to be a part of the United States, so when I go to my neighborhood assemblies, I'm always promoting secession from the federal government so that we achieve a sovereign type of republic where everyone has a voice and that state generally feels the same neighborhood to neighborhood,
what about-
or regionally, and motherfuckers could just self-govern themselves
Okay.
on smaller
Well,
and smaller levels till
right.
it boils down to personal responsibility, and then that person contributing according to their ability and receiving according to their needs.
Well,
and
we have
people
so
have different
many
lifestyles.
so many abilities and needs that aren't being met. I mean, I
At
have
the time,
abilities and
yeah.
you have abilities and skills, and we don't have jobs. We can't get jobs.
Right.
Even if we tried to get jobs, the only jobs we can get would be like dishwashing or scrubbing toilets, maybe, or
Sure,
picking up
sure.
trash.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Nothing that befits
I'm
your
educated.
skill
You're
level.
educated. I would do it. I would do it in a heartbeat to make money. I have bills to pay, but you know,
It's better
we're
to
at
do
a
the
ti-
work
We're
for
at
the
a time now when the machines do all the work, and humanity can actually step back and use our brains to do greater things and work together to
Play
achieve
guitar.
things that we have never achieved before. We
Yeah.
could
Learn a
we-
language.
We actually could take humanity and go beyond what we are now here on this planet, and I think that if we put our brains together, we could actually travel to other worlds. You know, which
Well,
the thing
you
is,
and I are probably stuck on
the
Earth.
thing is that's fine. If we were to travel to other worlds, one of the things that I saw a picture of Leonard Nimoy and and
And Shatner.
Shatner
with
with the sign that said, "Before we go looking on life on other planets, can we stop killing the life here?"
Yeah, can we stop?
Or something like that.
Yeah,
Exactly.
before we start looking for life on other planets, can we stop taking lives on our own?
Yeah,
Something
whatever it
like
is, something along those lines. You know, and that's very profound, because what are you going to do when you get somewhere else? Are you going to start killing there too? I mean, whether it's natural resources raping the environment for gold, coal, water, whatever, you know. I mean, we don't want to be going around through the universe raping other planets, you know, and systems that could develop on their own. I mean, I really like the concept that Star Trek had. Gene Roddenberry was a brilliant, wonderful man.
Yes.
And
Beautiful
the idea
visionary.
of having a peaceful society that looked out into the universe into the galaxy, or the rest of the universe, to find other civilizations to be peaceful with and to learn from.
As opposed to the Galactic Empire, that sought to federate the disparate rebel nations and planets into one giant force.
Yeah, where you're. I mean, that feels like that thought right there feels like what we live in now.
Yeah.
Where there's
imperialism.
imperialism, and I'll be damned if I live like that. And you know, rebel forces or the resistance or.
So you know.
That's cool.
Oh, they're back. Another police officer passing through. Thanks. You know, we have had quite an interesting discussion. We've been broadcasting for a while, and I don't know where
why don't
Raul
we
went.
take a little break, let the viewers grab some snacks, and we'll come back after this short advertisement from Drum Liquor.
Came down to talk to Raul, and he's been writing and coming up with some ideas and stuff.
I'm still having a meeting if you guys want to talk.
You're still having a meeting?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you move down into the sunshine?
I'm basically following the center now.
He's following the sun. Here you go. There's Raul down there. We're gonna head down that way.
Yeah.
Get into the sun. Hang tight. Hang tight. Here we are.
Look, here's a
The
little.
backpack cam works
Here's
again.
an archaic trace of Bradley Manning
Maybe a little closer. There we go. Just out of the sun so it doesn't mess with the camera too much. No, you know, that's a bad angle because you're in shadow. Watch out, Mike, I'm sliding
why would
through.
They need to barricade it like this for a tournament? It doesn't make me want
I don't know why they had to barricade it like that for a tournament.
It doesn't make me want to go in there and participate in the fun that is squash.
So what do you have there, Raul? You've been coming up with some stuff to talk about, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to hand you the microphone, or I can even just set it right here if you don't want to hold it.
Is the microphone that dynamic?
Yes, it's very, very good microphone. I maybe bend it and point it up,
There
but
you go.
you know.
Yeah,
Now it's kind of so it can hear us.
yeah, it's great.
Pretty good.
Dude, I want like. I think it might go to 7 or Safeway.
Okay.
Come back.
Okay, voice 2. We have 2 ideas for PSAs here. Real quick,
I have
filmable ones.
3, yeah. There's 3 PSAs from Montgomery Post.
Let's like write them down. I've almost got this one done. The idea was to kind of collaborate about what we all want to do. So it's like let's jot down the ideas and see what we're up for.
Well, I covered a lot of it about conflict
I'm
resolution
almost-
through gentlemanly dueling.
I'm almost done with this one here. Voice 2.
You're writing a script right now.
Yeah, for PSAs.
Okay. So the
Public
PSA
service
doesn't
announcement.
start until 2.
What?
Doesn't start until 2.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, I made a public service announcement about the no sit, no lie, Mike Zentz thing of the paperwork.
Oh,
and then we have,
confusion on ideas.
and then we have,
Welcome to the
Rob-
meeting on like the PSAs.
that's the workings. This is our working
This is the
group.
working group. We're
So-
making PSAs.
To announce to ourselves
Like little
and the
short,
world
little
at large.
short little blips, post them on YouTube, like that.
Rob and Mike Zent, I'm scheduling a duel for them as well as Gypsy and Liberty. In the meantime, Smalls. Oh yeah, Gypsy and Smalls.
Oh, I guess it's
Because
to
the
be-
weight class would be totally unfair, James. You will smash the kid.
But
And I'm
I
on
don't-
record
I
saying,
don't want to fight anybody.
I think
I'm here for
I
the
think Gypsy
revolution,
might
not
have a more
fight
bizarre
my
approach.
family.
So welcome
somebody's got a
to
phone.
the.
Here's the thing,
Welcome
though.
to the working
You
group,
were
that's
saying
it.
that you were gonna like
Okay.
Anyway,
beat us
let's,
up while
you know,
we were asleep.
Can't wait till we
What?
meet. All right.
I don't go on rumors. Rumors don't work for me, man. Shit talking and you know me, Mike.
You
I mean,
should-
if I have
do
something to
know
say, I
you,
will
and
tell you.
I know how you get too. Just like you
How do
and
I
me.
get?
Drunk and
Film them and tape.
crazy.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. If I'm drinking and somebody's getting in my face, I'm not going to change my temper any more than if I was straight.
But the best is the way I can imagine your body.
I don't like drinking because you can't control yourself, and I mean, you can maybe, but I can't, a couple beers or something and I'm good. I don't need to get drunk. I can't handle getting drunk. I don't
So
like
how
getting
long
drunk.
is that gonna take?
I'll do it with my friends if I know my friends aren't going to do something to piss me off and try to
Crazy,
fight me.
right?
But,
This fucking kid over there
I'll
is driving me
I'll go
nuts.
drinking with you and we'll have a good time. There won't be any fights,
Yeah. He did punch me in the arm.
I have the
once.
certain people I can go drinking with
Hurt
and
my
not be able
feelings,
to.
really. I'm not, but I'm just saying it hurt my feelings. I was
I'm
like,
sorry,
really?
Mike.
Really?
I was upset.
You crossed the fucking threshold.
Brother, man, come on.
Hugs, not slugs.
Hey, this is San Francisco, but I'm not that way.
It's the California way.
That's right. No, it's Occupy Way. It's the One Love Way. Bob Marley rules.
Okay, this is what we got. Idea 1.
Camera, battery looks good. Okay, idea 1. We're
Okay.
getting started here with the V1.5 public service announcement. Raul?
Welcome to the public service announcement meeting. We're grouped here to figure out what public service announcement we wanted to make. A public service announcement being a short little blip that you put on the radio or a pod or whatever. Anyone can use it, right? For their radio shows, and we just make a quick little hard hitter, things that we can, film easily.
Right? So today's is a little long, since I've started out at 101.
Well, what you've got is you came to a meeting and streamed it.
Yeah.
Well, the meeting is about making short little public service announcements.
So they're getting the inside story.
This is not a
on what we're
public
doing.
service announcement.
They're
It's
getting
a
the inside
feature
story
film.
on what we're doing here and
Yeah.
how we're going to make public service announcements. Okay.
Now one idea that we came up with is calling them OccuSize. Maybe the OccuSize, if everyone likes this, public service YouTube. Right? We could do that. We don't have
Different
to.
ideas.
But one idea number one we brainstormed is basically this: location, a chain link, maybe the chain link fence at 101. Okay. Maybe we got guys in orange suits, and we have like basically two white girls. White girl, you do a white girl one.
What if Cuba had a secret concentration camp in San Francisco? What are those magicians doing?
Mexicans.
Oh, I'm sorry. What are those Mexicans doing?
If we were supposed to be like enemies or whatever with Cuba, how come we let them torture innocent foreigners here?
Well, I guess it's so they don't see it down in Cuba. Maybe it's so they can just ignore what their own country's doing.
Sure doesn't make good PR for us down here. Think that's on purpose?
Nah, they just can't wait to get those guys inside until they conduct their scientific experiments. Ew.
Oh, before I did that wrong. Before.
Love the rewrites.
I like your addition of the word own, their own country. That works. That makes it more cohesive. So that's idea one. It'd be real easy to film that. Idea two. Location, the North Beach building where the CIA dosed people with acid and secretly violated their privacy with prostitutes on film and video, film and audio.
In this building in North Beach, the CIA conducted LSD experiments on unwitting victims.
Unwitting meaning they didn't know?
Either that, or it chemically lobotomized them, and how they secretly filmed them and taped them in bed with paid prostitutes who were in on the deal.
Is that ethical?
Cheney and Rumsfeld tried to imprison the NYT journalist who expressed this back in the 70s.
Exposed.
Oh,
Oh. I was just, trying to talk to you, respond to you guys while writing at the same time. It was very difficult. That one's real choppy now. Okay. Who exposed this?
basically, guys, we want feedback on conflict resolution, not only at city levels with your mayors, but with your very comrades. So let us know what you think about the exiling, which is called what? Exile.
Conflict resolution with the mayor.
Exile. And
what are you talking about?
I'm talking about how people handle their problems. Like, we don't have the ability to put our own people on trial and punish them because we're all inclusive, we have no leadership, and there's no organization. So when we have conflicts, we either need to kick the shit out of one another, ignore one another, or kick somebody out of the space. I mean, that's about the bottom line of it, don't you think?
So what kind of PSA would we do on that?
We would do a public service announcement requesting people's experiences, stories, and solutions to the problems that all the different occupies are experiencing together. Like finance wanting to beat up communications, or the peacekeepers wanting to get drunk at the GA.
Oh,
You know,
interesting.
things like that.
Inter-occupy.
Inter-occupy is a brilliant way to do that, but I don't think it's trickling down enough onto the camp level. So
Right.
the camps need
I mean,
to
I'm
have
in-
increased technical capabilities, which means instead of focusing on your professional activists who are housed up and already have all the crap they need to do it well, boost up the abilities of the people who don't have shit. Don't enable them to fuck shit up or lose good gear, but put the tools into people's hands, the people with initiative. Once again, I fall back on initiative, motivation, discipline, things like that.
So
And I'm only talking to the people out there who agree with me. If you don't, you won't. So,
Kid rocks.
so I'm gonna hit up the Safeway.
All right.
I thought that
Take
was
care of that.
great, Raul.
Yeah.
The way you pretty
okay,
much
just
slammed
to
it together
clarify,
instantly.
public service announcements are short little blips that are informative to the public, and they're open for anyone to use it on their shows.
You know, I'm thinking about spending a night at the 101. Another public
We could use
service
a
announcement.
cameraman, maybe a couple of white girls.
Another
If
public
you guys want to film one of these, we could do
Oh,
that like pretty much immediately.
another look, guys, are you interested?
Let's talk to these guys because they're talking.
All right. So another public service announcement would be that in the occupied zones, the various cities around, you're going to have different protest sites or camps. Even if you get down to the camp level, you're going to have different, basically groups of people, what we call squads or street teams or demonstrators or whatever you want. You're going to have a group of 5 people here, a group of 20 people here, a group of 3 people here. You want to coordinate fluid motion and information between the sites. So you need to try to establish some kind of sleepover program or where people can spend the night with one another. When we had the big sites, when we had our villages, when we had our Hoovervilles, our Dignity Villages, our big-ass encampments, everybody was living together. With the police oppression and the establishment fucking with us all the time, we're forced into smaller, more manageable, mobile pods. We obviously need to use this to our advantage. What does happen, however, is that people develop petty jealousies and resentments. They see that this group is more effective or more lazy or more drugged out or more sexy than the other group. Bam, you got to put that shit aside. One of the ways to create unity within the movement is to have unifying people. Those people who sort of move between all the different groups and kind of keep everybody connected. And on the one hand, it's the best function of that person to do that. On the other hand, it does create issues of loyalty, separatism, things like that. So I would appreciate feedback from anybody else who's been experiencing these things or thinking about them. For example, how do you facilitate coordination instead of competition? And can the embellishment of competition develop coordination? Lately, I've been seeing the Occupy as more of a scene, and each of the sites, each of the cities, each of the individuals is like in a band. So, you know, bands, they're kind of competitive, but they need to work with each other to get gigs. So your action councils, your OBOWs, your unified, your regional associations, your bigger umbrella types that seek to draw in the different bands to do festivals, which would be analogous to rallies or demonstrations. Petty band, inter-band rivalries, you guys got to figure that out. You can't let that leak into the scene. While I appreciate and indulge in clever gossip, I will not stand for any type of nonsense when it comes to splitting people apart using very personal issues or very stupid non-movement type of triggers. You know, everything, you have to sublimate your personality to work for the movement And by doing that, you can completely express your personality. And if you're liberated and comfortable with yourself, then you will have a very low level of stress and interpersonal conflict with people. And thus you will gain admirers and you'll have more influence when you go to ethics hearings or commissions or town hall meetings. If you facilitate GAs, it behooves you to be on your best behavior, to remain courteous, to remain as straight as you can. And you know, I'm a fan of intoxication, so while I think that intoxication is very lubrication for planning sessions, for the execution, you must be clean and sober for the execution of things. No, I'm talking about planning and execution. So planning is cool to smoke your pot or do what you got to do. So because you can reach more creative levels, but when you're doing the execution of those plans, you need to be absolutely level-headed. I am now going to Safeway. Thank you all for watching. We appreciate your comments. If you're local, please stop by the 101 on Market Street, the Federal Reserve Bank, which is neither federal nor a bank, or the Montgomery site at Montgomery and Post, where we have a more information style booth.
And zombies.
And of course the three classes of zombies: militarized, politicized, and civilian. So we can hip you to that. We also have classes in guerrilla capitalism and revolutionary thought structure. So peace out. I'll be back.
Thanks, Pirate.
You have your number, Dave.
I got your digits. I think we're gonna head on back up to 101 Market, the Federal Reserve. Yeah, you ready for a ride? Here we go.
I think we're gonna film our first PSA.
Are we gonna do that now?
Yeah,
You want to do that here or at 101? Okay. All right
We can do it
then.
here. There's a fence up there. It doesn't matter.
We got plenty of fence up at the 101. Trust me.
101's got a lot of fence.
All right. Let's set that down. I'm gonna pick this
Okay,
up.
cool.
Hang tight, folks. All right. Here comes Johnny with his pecker in his hand. He's a one-ball man, and he's off to the rodeo.
So yeah, cruise that back and we'll stop.
Oh. Hope you guys enjoy the view. Here's the front where so many of you may remember there was a well, there was Tent City out here, but right here I remember this is where the sail was from the sailboat that had all kinds of writing and drawings on it. It was, or at least it was there for a while. They moved it over. It was out here in front. All right, now that I got all the buckles and snaps done on the backpack, should have a nice level ride, except for the bounce in my gait. See, I like to do this. Take it like that.
Wasting time again.
Huh? Oh yeah. We got 5-0 across the street.
On dirt bikes.
On dirt bikes. 5-0 across the street on dirt bikes. There's only 2 of them there. These guys are always hanging around though. Doing nothing, eating sandwiches, drinking coffee, and eating donuts. Doing their normal cop thing. Yeah, piggy, piggy, piggy. Sweet. And here we are, the Fed. Oh, cigarettes. We should go get some cigarettes. All right, you down to roll with me over there to Sev? At 7-Eleven?
Yeah.
All right. You need a cup of coffee, bro? We'll split one up. That's cool. I'm broke, but we'll see if we got a cup here we can refill. You got any refill, 7-Eleven refills?
We just got popped on Minor Raid.
What's that?
Yeah, Minor Raid. They came in, we looked up Deborah, and she presented me to get put into a shelter.
So Deb got put into a shelter because of her health.
She's sick or something? Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, she's sick.
Fraser came in and took her.
All right, well, what I'd like to do real quick is, since you guys are here and we have battery power, I'd like to plug the live stream equipment in. The camera should run on the battery that's there, and after that we'll have to start charging up batteries again because the point of view camera is out of battery juice when that battery dies.
Right. His battery is still going strong on my phone, so I might be able to look directly up.
Say what now?
My charge is full.
Your charge is full? Okay. Oh, well, oh, that's great. Here, let me, here, hold that for a second. Thanks. All right, so I'm gonna drop the pack down here next to one of the command officers here at Occupy SF. Let's see here, Mike. Can I set all this right here next to you?
One cop going, and there's how many cars around the corner?
All right, Mike, what I'm going to do is turn this way so it can see you guys. So we'll level it out. And we'll check the stream. Oh, to do this, I'm going to have to leave my material with
They're
you.
babysitting us now. We have assigned babysitters on Saturday.
Okay, so
They're here to protect our First Amendment rights, I'm sure.
lock this down. You know,
Good morning, Raul.
Actually, can you sit yours under mine?
We haven't fun yet.
Yeah, under mine. We'll give mine a little bit of a elevation. Yeah, yours will be safe. Is that good? Stacy's balls are hidden up under there. Did I say Stacy's balls are hidden under there? That's funny. All right, Mike. Yes, sir. Raul. Angle over there. Well, if you want to do your public service announcement, I would say I can point the camera that way at you. I'd like to just leave it right here, and you can use your mic right over here, and I can change the camera angle. Point the camera angle this way. Say again?
You want me to put it out so we're about to go live?
It is live. It's been live for like an hour.
I have to put the word out.
All right, let me.
Hey, Raul.
This is
When
just
I
a
put
little
the word
woman.
out,
What's that?
When I put the word out, a lot of
We'll
people
be.
are gonna see we're live out here. A lot.
Slide over here real quick.
So watch
We'll
the
be
7
right back.
words.
I'm going to archive
Those are the
this.
7 words you're not supposed to use.
Stand by for a public service announcement in the next broadcast.
Oh, cool.